Hello guys, my name is Will and welcome to one more video about Dragonheir Silent Gods. In this one, I'm showing you a free-to-play way to do Grave of Wrath level 15 and start getting some mythic gear, which is something that we really need to increase our damage and everything else. So, let's go to Grave of Wrath and have a look at my strategy. So as you guys can see, I already cleared 15 more than once. So, this team will be free to play, but it requires some stuff, not high stuff, because as you guys can see, just a quick look, I have a lot of epic gear. So I'm not using, I have these sets, but they are not the best ones, guys. They are not the best ones. The stats on my gear are not the best ones, okay? So I'm pretty sure with farming and everything else, just from doing 12 and 14, you get legendary gear, and then we'll be able to do this pretty easy. So this was really hard to do because of the lack of damage. I could get some more legendary gear and upgrade this, but I really wanted to go the hardest way. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do this even easier. So the strategy with this, there are some more content creators doing kind of the same thing. I'm doing a free-to-play way. And free-to-play, because we are using Torin, that you get at the start of the game. You get Wrymrrow, and Tia is an epic hero. Eventually you will get it, but you really need Tia for this. These two are completely replaceable. You just need two ranged characters that do a lot of damage, or that do high damage. I use these two, and as you guys can see, I have an epic chest with attack percentage. I have gloves with crit damage, just because his artifact gives me crit rate. And then I have Lucenia, just giving the defense penalty. But you can use this defense penalty on Wrymrrow, or you can use the defense penalty on Tia. But I choose to, since I'm playing with Frost, I choose to use it on Lucenia. So now, explaining the strategy. This strategy is basically giving a visibility to your heroes all the time. So, Torin will give 10 seconds of visibility to all the allies, and then Tia will give more 10 seconds of visibility to everyone. So this way you can play this on auto mode and will be easy. So the problem here comes with timings. So for this method, you just need to know that you are able to cast your invisibility every 20 seconds. Okay, you cast with this hero, then this one will cast, so you need 20 seconds. And then for Torin, we're gonna start with Torin. For Torin, there's two ways to achieve this. Firstly, you need to scroll him, obviously, and the first method is capping his resistance. This boss has 220 accuracy, so you need to have 220 or more resistance to be able to prevent any of his debuffs. Okay, because this guy applies recharge speed penalty, and we don't want recharge speed penalty on our Torin, otherwise these 20 seconds will be higher, so it will increase to more than 20 seconds, and then they will not be synchronized. So the two ways to achieve this is having full resistance, 220 resistance minimum, and then you can use this artifact. If you already have access to mythic artifacts, this one will be really good. So Prismatic Cloak will be really good. If you farm more, as you guys can see, I'm using a epic chest, and you get a legendary one. I advise you to use 200 the cap of resistance, because with that you're gonna use this artifact, and this will reflect the debuffs from the enemy, which means you are afflicting or you're reflecting poison to the boss. So the boss will take his own poisons, and you can increase your damage just because of that. Then the second method is giving him a lot of skill haste, which is a method I'm using because I can't achieve with this gear. With the gear I have 220 resistance. So because of that, I'm using a lot of skill haste. As you guys can see, I have skill haste on the artifact, I have skill haste on these sets, on this one as well, and with this, my ultimate is taking 17.3. Okay, 17.3, because if the boss applies me recharge speed penalty, I will still be able to cast this skill every 20 seconds. So this is the first thing for him. Then for Tia, pretty simple, she's already quite fast. I have her on 15.6, so she's already quite fast, but I gave her a lot of skill haste, and I'm choose to use the downpipe organ that will increase the damage for all my ranged characters. For Tia, you can use this method, give her a lot of attack percentage and give the downpipe organ, or if you want, you can give her the defense penalty, artifact, the witch remain or the crown, which is these ones. Let's have a look. So will be this one, which is mine, or the crown, which is this one. So one of these you can give to her and give accuracy, or use this way. Okay? Then for Wrymrrow, you don't really need skill lists because she's already fast. She casts on over 18 seconds. So you don't really need to give Rift Hourglass. Okay? You can give another one. I'm just using Rift Hourglass because of the accuracy. Okay, that's basically because of that. Because other artifacts I have are these ones. I don't want to level up them. I could use this Crown of the Artifact, Crown of the Unclean, but this only gives 50 accuracy, and I really want this 64. Okay, and using this Frost, I mean this is for Frost characters, so that's the only reason I'm using this one. There's no other reason. You can use any other artifact. Yeah, that gives accuracy. Or if you have a chest with accuracy. I already have a chest with accuracy, but I'm doing another thing, and that's why I can't use another set with more accuracy. So there's a second thing. So this is what you need to do for these three characters, which is your main strategy on this strategy. Then we can do another trick to increase our damage. Besides this downpipe or using the Witch's Remain, the second trick is using this set. Okay, I was lucky to find a set in this set in my inventory, and this set, every time you use the ultimate, will give 10% ultimate energy to the same element. So this will depend. If your two DPS characters you're using are ice element, then give this set to Wrymrrow. If your two characters are necrotic, give this set to Torin or Tia, okay, because they are necrotic, and this way they'll increase the ultimate energy of your other two characters. So let's just have a quick look at the timings. I'm not using timings on these two because that set is already increasing the ultimate energy, doing more damage, and all of that stuff. And we can just have a look at all the gear. So as you guys can see, I don't have that great gear, so attack percentage here, HP percentage on Lucania, but as I said, I wanted to do this way, the hardest way. I could farm a little bit more and use only legendary gear, but I'm using epic gear just to show you guys that this works. Okay, I don't want you guys to think that I'm using only legendaries, so I'm using 2 DPS legendaries, and because of that, that's the only reason I'm doing this. It's not. If you use even better gear, this will be easier, and probably these two characters are not the best ones to do this strategy. There are better characters to achieve a good DPS, and also the gear will help with that. So if I could do this way, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do it with another 2 good DPSs, and I'll give you some options. So as I was saying, timings, you can use these timings. So basically you want this one casting first, so this one casting first, the Tia, okay, so she will apply invisibility and debuff immunity, and then after 10 seconds, because this invisibility will go on for 10 seconds, you want Torin to cast easy visibility or ultimate as well. Okay, so we'll be at 8.8 and I set it to 18.4 and then cycling 20 seconds. So each 20 seconds there will be one visibility going on. And then I have Wrymrrow. So Wrymrrow will increase the timing of the boss. So instead of taking 18 seconds to cycle all of his skills, is going to take almost 24 seconds, because Wrymrrow will apply his ultimate here. So will apply around here and will delay all of this back, which means the boss will not take 18 seconds, but will take around 23 to 24 seconds each round to cast all of his skills, and this way gives me more time to wheel my units back with Torin and do some damage and prevent some damage and pre-shot speed penalty, all of that. So, and pretty sure everyone has Wrymrrow, everyone has Torin, because those are free characters on this new version. Alright, so this is the strategy. Then I'm using the attack percentage aura, that's also important. So characters that you can use, alright? So I'm using these two, Auster and Lucania. Of course you can use H-Vitar, you can use Premsa, you can use Citrelia with another, for example, you can use Citrelia with Ladelia, alright? And then you're gonna have your summoners taking damage, but that's completely okay. And since you are using 2 summoners, you'll have the bird as well. Citrelia will duplicate a bird. A lot of damage going on. I'm pretty sure these two will be a better option. You can use Ladelia and use this one, is Torin as well, another 2 summoners. They will do a lot of damage. There are a couple options. You can use Zarlot as well, and another character that will deal some damage. Let's just change this to summoners. So yeah, I already gave you some options. You can use Joyce as well. You can use Zadok. Then on the ice side, on the frost side, you can use, this will be a bit more tricky, you can use Vidimir, but I'm pretty sure Vidimir will not do enough damage. But you can use Zitus. Zitus will be a good damage dealer. Remember that you need to pick ranged characters. So Zitus and Rava, or Zitus and Durkoras. And then, yeah, the legend from the Frost element, the legendaries will be easier. So if you want to go free-to-play way, I'm pretty sure Necrotic will be easier, okay? Because you have access to Ladelia and other summoners, and probably if you have Citrelia will be even easier, or Premsa, she does a really good amount of damage, and this is basically the strategy. So let's play this match and have a look how it goes. Alright, so the battle started, and we have here our comp, okay? As you guys can see, Viniara, we have Tia casting the ultimate. Viniara is going to delay the skills from this boss. We have the damage going on from the Frost characters. When invisibility is finishing, the other will finish, and then the boss will cast ultimate, and since everyone is invisible, he's going to miss his ultimate. So there's no healing regeneration, no extra damage from that, no nothing, okay? Then we're gonna keep the same thing. We're gonna keep Viniara delaying all of his skills. Then we're gonna have Torin giving some healing and some more, and giving invisibility, same thing. Then with that set will help as well, and basically the fight will go like this all the way, okay? This is what will happen every round. Viniara delaying, visibility from the other 2 characters, and DPS, and if you set the same timings as I did, you should be fine. This stage is very important, so as you guys can see, I accomplished this with this team, and this stage is very important because this one will give you a chance to get Mythic gear. So if you guys go here, you guys will see stage 15 will give you a chance to get Mythic equipment that can give you a lot of good stuff, alright? This will be very important, and that's why I'm doing this team, especially because it's a free-to-play way, okay? Of course, there's some artifacts here that will make it easier, but I'm giving you several options that will make it possible for everyone, okay? Basically, you may need to farm some gear, because I'm giving you 2 ways to get this, with the artifact or with resistance. And there's one more trick regarding the talents, okay? So, of course, you can use the talents. This one will be important. Of course, for your DPSs, you want to increase these talents to do more damage. But one of these supports, it can be Tia, it can be Torin or Viniara. Don't forget to increase these ones, alright? Because these ones, especially the first 2, on Torin is a bit different because it's a healer, so you can do on Torin. This one will create an aura that will recover 300 HP every 1 second. So this one will help with your healing. And then if you keep going this line, it will increase his healing as well. But this second one is the same for Tia and Viniara. But this can't be double. You can't use this effect doesn't stack. So it's not worth it to use the same thing on every of these supports. Just use on one, I recommend Torin, and that was it. Okay, hope this video helped you guys. Comment below if you are struggling with this stage doing 15 with a free-to-play comp, and if you want more tips and tricks, make sure to join my Discord, follow my channel for more content, and don't forget to leave your like. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.